The war in Ukraine is making Russia richer. Now, don't look surprised. It is a fact. Just like the fact that Western sanctions have had little impact on Russian economy, or that the West and the rest of the world is still buying Russian oil. We can tell you that they are also looking to buy Russian weapons. The war zone in Ukraine has become a testing-cum-exhibition ground. Russia is exhibiting the expertise of its weapons, also their superiority over Western machines that Ukraine is using. Russia's defense sector is booming. Existing weapons are being improved. New weapons are being developed, refined, and used to make battle gains, and also defend these gains. The world is watching and buyers are taking note. No one knows this better than Russia. It is preparing for a boom in orders. Its defense sector has significantly increased its output. From missiles to drones, aircraft and ammunition, production has been ramped up across the defense sector. Rostec has increased production of some of its military hardware by over 10 times. From Africa alone, Russia has received contracts worth $5.2 billion. At home, Russia's ground forces received 1,500 modernized tanks. Sure, a lot of these machines are currently being used and marketed in the battlefield, but quite a lot of them are also being delivered abroad. And most of it will be up for sale once the war ends. Russia's United Aircraft Corporation, or UAC, has received an order for 76 Su-57s from the country's aerospace forces. The Sukhoi Su-57 is a fifth-generation fighter. It is designed to destroy all types of targets, be it from air, ground or sea. This aircraft can reach a supersonic cruising speed. It has the most advanced onboard radio equipment, including an electronic second pilot. In other words, the aircraft has an artificial intelligence pilot assisting the human fighter pilot. For obvious reasons, it's hard to pinpoint how exactly this aircraft is being used in Ukraine, but there are two things that we can confirm. Number one, in the year 2022, after the war in Ukraine started, the United Aircraft Corporation's head, Yuri Slosar, had said that Su-57 shows its best side during a special operation. He added, and I'm quoting now, "I have heard feedback from the Aerospace Forces and the Ministry of Defense. We are receiving feedback and are proud that the aircraft is now at the stage of serial production." And cut to 2023. The order for Su-57 doubled. In November, the UAC registered a patent for another aircraft, two-seater version of the Su-57. The UAC said that this aircraft would, quote-unquote, act as an airborne command post for network-oriented operations. This is what I meant by advancing existing machines and developing new ones. Let's now talk about marketing. Rosobaron Export is the state company that takes care of Russian defense export. It's basically the state arms seller. The catalog on its website is constantly being updated. In November, the company's CEO was attending the Dubai 2023 Air Show. The Su-57E fifth-generation fighter had been put on display. The CEO expressed his hope of exporting the aircraft to the UAE one day. After Dubai, Rosobaron Export headed to Egypt. It took part in the International Defense Industry Exhibition in Cairo. Russia showcased its finest aircraft, armored vehicles, missile systems as the war in Ukraine continued and Kiev struggled to make military gains. Russia exhibited its artillery system, UAVs, small arms and ammunition as weapons that will also prove to be effective for Africa in its fight against terror. This year alone, African countries accounted for over 30% of Rosobaron Export's total supplies. The total value of these contracts is estimated to be over $5.2 billion. IL-76 is another aircraft that Russia is betting big on. This is a military transport aircraft. 6 of these planes were manufactured this year, and Russia is hoping to take that number to 18. The story is not limited to flying machines alone. This year, Russia's ground forces took delivery of nearly 1,500 modernized tanks. This data was proudly shared by the country's defense minister. He added that the ground forces also received as many as 2,518 infantry fighting vehicles and armored personnel carriers. Rostec is Russia's biggest arms producer. It is also sanctioned by the West. But you see, that has not stopped Rostec from increasing the production of some of its military hardware by over 10 times. In fact, the company claims it is going forward at cruising speed. And chances are the momentum will only pick up in 2024. You see, Russia is set to increase its defense spending by as much as 70% in the new year. It's not just the defense sector that stands to benefit from this spending. Military contracts are given to food manufacturers, pharma companies, construction companies. They all, and the Russian economy as a whole, standing to benefit from this defense boom. The war in Ukraine has put at stake Russia's reputation as a defense manufacturer, and Russia is making the most of the spotlight. It's showing off more than just its defense might. In August this year, Russia debuted the SJ-100. It is also known as the Sukhoi Superjet 100. Unlike the Su-57, this is a civilian aircraft. The short-haul jet is made by the UAC. The aircraft has the maximum seating capacity of 103. The maximum flight range is 4,320 kilometers. Just have a look at the UAC website. It boasts that the airliner is in demand on the Russian market as it offers optimal combination of range, capacity and comfort. While Ukraine's defense sector battles corruption and the West runs pillar to post, trying to cope with Ukraine's burn rate, Russia's defense sector is getting rich and richer. So who do you think this joke is on? WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.